would be a double-breasted coat instead of a single-breasted one. So it's really for any size person. So now we have the beige outfit. This is how we start out. And what I'm also doing is I'm pointing out how you could take kind of something that's sort of casual and it can work for work and then re-accessorize and it'll work for after work or weekends. So this is a top that I could use. It's a multi-purpose top. You know, the shoes, you probably have also seen these. I've had them for a year because I don't walk to work in them. I put them in my bag or I might leave them in a drawer at work and I wear a comfortable pair of shoes to work and change when I get to work. So that's another way to make your clothes last. So this is kind of, you know, if I could wear this with a pair of jeans, this tank top with a pair of jeans, I would be very casual. Now I put on my Worthingtons. These are Worthington from JCPenney. Awesome, awesome, awesome clothes for the office. My favorite places to buy clothes. Just leave it there. For the office, my favorite place to buy clothes for the office are, you have JCPenney, which has Worthington brand, which is all basically clothing for work. They'll have some holiday dresses, which I've got some coming in. Because I found a good deal for Black Friday online for this beautiful holiday dress that I'm going to wear, and I bought a few more. Because I know that the other thing I like about Worthington is it never goes out of style. You're never at the latest style, so you're never really out of style, you're never really fully in style. It's a classical look that's always in style. So, you know, sometimes you buy these modern clothes that are in style this year, and then next year you're out of style again. And so I try to just buy things that I could use long term, you know, relatively good quality, take care of them too. But anyway, my point is, I talk too much. So here I found this, you know, kind of a peplum looking, this one I found at Sears. The brand, I'll tell you in a minute when I take it off. I found this at Sears last year, and I went back this year to see. I always look at what sales are. I put my hair up, it was really hot. You know, but you could wear a bun to work. Sometimes I just do this, you know, a messy bun. Sometimes I go to work with my hair loose and I put it up when I'm at work, so. But I'm not forgetting about you Yankees. I know it's cold up there right now. So here you can get one of these, you know, this would obviously be too cold up north right now. It's winter. This is all exposed. You would have, of course, an overcoat as well. But maybe if you're cold in your office, you could get something like this. Again, it's a neutral. It adds a little more interesting. It's a patterned neutral, but it's still neutral. So right now I'm completely dressed in neutral colors. You know, if you get warm, you take it off, you can, but, you know, you can add your color if you want to or not. Maybe that day you're feeling neutral and you just want to be neutral. You know, I got a little black there that's, again, you know, you can add the pop of color with a purse, any of these purses, like the ones that fell on the floor. You know, this one, that one, you know. Or you might say, oh, I want to wear I'm just going to put them on the floor. Not that I want to mistreat my merchandise that I have for sale, but you might want to put on a color like this. This is a silk scarf. Maybe it's not quite winter yet. Maybe you don't need something as heavy as that, and you want to add a little color like this. You know, or take this off and just wear the scarf. You know, you have to have fun. Neutrals are like the palette. That's how I see it. And then you have fun. So if you're just starting out, maybe you just graduated college, you're just starting on your first jobs, it's better not to go overboard on the fashion statement for interviews or for your first few weeks on the job. You can let loose once you're there, once you established yourself, but I really would suggest understating yourself than overdoing it. Unless, of course, maybe you're going for work at a fashion, but even at a fashion house or a retail store or something, even then, you can be classically elegant. And, you know, if you are going to a fashion house, you could even just say something like that. Like, yeah, sometimes I'm feeling fashionable, you know, I want the latest style, and sometimes I'm feeling like a little more subdued, and I want to just be elegant and not overdoing it. But, you know, you could do this, but the thing is, once you have your basic neutrals, my suggestion was going to be, buy yourself neutral clothes, like a black pants, a beige shirt, you know, beige, white, black. Start out with that. And then add to your wardrobe with color, which again, I'll show you now. I'm going to be doing some other mixing and matching with some outfits that I have. Okay, next we have these baggy pants. They're baggy. I'm wearing my blue shoes again, blue-gray cornflower blue shoes. You know, just a baggy pants, which when I was heavier, didn't really look that good on me. So again, if you're a plus-size woman, if you're small on the bottom, maybe you, no, I don't recall. I think I did not look so good in the baggy, because I was small on the bottom already, and the baggy, when you're small, the baggy makes you look bigger, but on some people it might even you out. I don't recall, because I was overweight like 30 years ago. I don't even remember a lot of the stuff, but I remember with my body shape, I liked to wear, and of course it had something to do with the style as well. I would wear tighter pants and then loose kind of, I would never tuck anything in. So, you know, depending on your body type, you may or may not be able to tuck in your blouse. I mean, of course you can always tuck in your blouse, but I think what you do need to shoot for is try, if you have a waist, try to seek balance between the bottom and the top, so that you're striving to get the same size. Try to keep that in your head. So if you're someone that's apple-shaped, you don't really have a waist. I had a waist, if I recall, until I got really, really much bigger. At my highest weight, I had no more waist. But you're striving for the hourglass figure. So you might be lucky. You might be a heavy woman because you have large hips and large boobs, but your waist is smaller. So then accentuate the waist and try to kind of even out the other two portions of your body. You know, I realize that some people are going to say, oh, that's not body positive and all that. And, you know, I agree that we shouldn't be so focused on physical and looking a certain way. There is a lot more leeway today as far as weight is concerned, but you still have to dress. I personally believe, and I'm from another generation, you have to dress for your body type. You know, if you're in apple shape, you use a certain clothes to try to make that look to what our beauty standards say is beautiful. Our beauty standards here in the West is that you have hips and boobs larger than your waist. That's the standard. It's not even fair, because it's not even fair to skinny girls who don't have boobs and don't have hips and don't have a waist. They're skinny. They're also not suiting the beauty standards. So, you know, I'm explaining that because I don't want to offend anyone when I'm giving this advice. But I believe that you need to be striving towards an hourglass figure, no matter what weight you are. Giving the impression that that's what you have. Nobody has the perfect. I mean, some women are perfect, but very few of us are. So, I mean, I do little tricks myself, believe it or not, even though I'm thin and it's easier now. I do little tricks still. You always have to. Now my tricks are trying to look like I actually have a rear end, because it's embarrassing. Tight blue jeans now on me look horrible because it's just, there's nothing there. So, okay, so I'm just trying to point out how you can add a little color. Even though it's black pants, you add the color. Then you have sort of those neutrals that are sort of neutral and sort of not. So the same as I pointed out, these are neutral blues. It's a cornflower blue. It's kind of gray blue. you have this sort of rust orange. So it's not quite orange, but it's orangey, but it's really rust colored, which is also a neutral color. But you're already stepping out of the actual neutrals. You know, you start out with the real neutrals, and then you start to expand outward. So, you know, and they actually go together, because orange and blue are they complementary colors? Look, you got to look up the color wheel. I studied that and I forgot now. But they actually, blues and oranges can blend nicely. You know, certain shades of blues and oranges can go well together. But here's what I was pointing out. This is no longer neutral. It's already an orangey neutral. So look at the difference. So you have this purse no longer matches. It no longer looks good at all. The same purse that looked good on the other outfits, if you try to use it with this, it doesn't work. I mean, that's what I feel. I tried it. Actually, the day I saw this jacket, I was thinking, oh, that would go perfect with the first thing I thought was that would go perfect with my purse, and I like the color and everything, because I love orange. It's my favorite color. But I bought it. Believe it or not, I had this jacket tailored to me. Again, that's another thing you'll probably end up spending a little more on, is a good blazer. Whether you have it tailored, excuse me. I mean, I saw the jacket, but then it was a little too big, so it was at an expensive place. And it's something I plan to keep forever. So also be careful of the color you choose. I had it with my name. If you're interested in getting a tailor-made jacket, just, I don't know if there's a way to email me anymore on YouTube. But post below and we'll somehow get together. And I'll tell you, it was quite pricey. And you probably could find it not as pricey just getting it off the rack. You could get certain clothes off the rack. When I wear this jacket to work, I can't wear this purse. So I've been considering, you know, I really was hoping I could sell these, but, you know, I really like them. And the reason I don't mind buying a few extra when I do, well, of course, unless it's clothing that's not my size, but with purses I don't mind buying a few extra, because I know that if I don't sell them, I'm going to end up using them. So my next choice would be this one. I'm probably going to end up using this one if I don't sell it soon. So if you decided you like this purse and want to buy it, and you click, and it might already be sold. It might already not be selling anymore. Because I'm on the verge of, like right now I've been using the small purse. You know, this one. But I really need a large purse for work. You know, that day I used this small, but I really need to have a good tote bag, because I have to take things, you know, my shoes back and forth sometimes, or sometimes I take a shawl, and I just need more junk in my purse. My cell phone, you know, this, I can't even close the purse. When I put my cell phone in there, the purse won't even close. It's too small. So all right, it's your last chance to get this. Just letting you know, because I'm about to nab it for myself. Sometimes you discover an outfit accidentally, which is what happened here. You might recall, well, you probably won't recall, because we're another generation here, but Carole Lombard would wear baggy pants. She was one of the actresses from the old Hollywood days. She would wear baggy pants or oversized pants. Now this happened to me by accident one day. I'll tell you, long story short, I bought the pants as a gift for someone, a larger person. I thought that she would look really nice in these. And like I said, I love dressing plus size women. It's just, they can be so beautiful with picking just the right things, and you know, when they're confident. I mean, confidence is the number one, being confident, which I was not, unfortunately. Well, long story short, obviously I can't let go of these. So I bought it for her. She wouldn't let me see her in them. Maybe they didn't look good on her, but she wouldn't even allow me to accessorize her or anything, because, you know, she wasn't confident about it. So since I had gotten them on sale, I wasn't desperate to run back and return them, because it wasn't that much money, and time passed, and it was a few months later, and by then I might have still had the receipt or not, I don't remember. I kind of just never returned them. It wasn't that important to me to return them. And one day I didn't know what to wear, and I put them on, and yeah, obviously they were too big, and I said, oh, well, what if I just put a belt on? And I put the belt on, and yeah, there's the excess fabric here, which is, you'll see some pictures of old Hollywood, the very glamorous Hollywood women. You know, so if you look at me right now, I'm basically dressed like a man. I have, you know, I have pants on, okay, they're a little baggy, but baggy pants were very manly, I think in the 40s. I have a tuxedo shirt on, which is Foxcroft. It's a woman's shirt, but it's got a tuxedo, you know, I don't know if you can see it, I'll show it to you up close. And then of course I have this men's jacket on, which is also a tuxedo style jacket. So I'm basically dressed as a man, but so I'm not only playing with the colors, I'm playing with genders here, you know. Okay, so at this point I'm not going to be explaining too much anymore. I'm just going to be showing you different clothes that I have in those neutral colors that we spoke of. This is a winter white, for example. We have here a darker beige, or you might call it a brown, medium brown. I have underneath the beige, dark beige tank top, or brown. You know, there's a fine line between some of the colors. So winter white is nice. It's winter time. That's okay. You can still use a winter white. You know, this would be something I could wear to work. I would probably put the belt on too, or not. You know, at this point you use your creativity. So now I'm just going to show the clothes and not talk too much. I do want to point out, however, notice how now with the winter white sweater, this does look good. This does seem to blend better. So with these color straps, these are the blue purse with the light colored straps. So just wanted to point that out. Now this here is a coat that I knit. It's for a BBW. It's plus size. It would probably be about a 3X, I'm guessing. I'm selling this in my Poshmark as well. I'm waiting for somebody to discover and appreciate it. 100% cotton, machine washable on the gentle cycle. It's got an internal pocket here. It'll fit your cell phone. I hope I'm close enough. See, your cell phone fits in there. It's got another pocket on this side, internal, but it's also accessible from the outside. See, you can enter the pocket this way, or for smaller things, like let's say you've got it. Now, obviously, it looks terrible on me because I'm basically swimming in it. But you know, you might have it buttoned like this and tied. And let's say you have it, you know, you have it closed. You don't feel like opening it up, for example. It's a very large belt, so it'll fit. And you know, you might want to put a little something, small change or something. You just drop it in the little pocket. You could also, I guess, you could wrap it if you're. Or maybe I could wrap it. I didn't ever think of that. Like maybe if it's. I hadn't thought of that. I wonder what this looks like. It only just occurred to me now. So you've just seen the design process at work. It just occurred to me that, yes, it could be for a BBW if you button it down the middle. If you're smaller than the size of the coat, you could feasibly, I would certainly have to make some adjustments now. I'd have to put some buttons over here and, you know, make a few changes, but I could also alter it if you're a small person and would like to buy this coat. It would be a double-breasted coat instead of a single-breasted one. So it's really for any size person. And, you know, I've got some straight threads. I knit it about a year ago, last winter, I believe. And I kind of put it away and never brought it out, but it's really nice. It's really nice, especially if you're a northerner. Again, here in Miami, I would not use this very often. maybe 2 or 3 days out of the winter, it gets cold enough to wear something like this. But, you know, it's a big world. Somebody's cold enough to buy it. Thanks for watching.